Well, it's a very quiet day here today. I've actually hurt my back, so I'm taking things pretty easy today. I have taken the kids to school, so I'm actually here by myself. I've stopped to have a cup of coffee, and I thought, well, let's have a catch up. So if you can excuse the wet hair, I've just washed my hair, so it's still drying. So I thought I would just sit down, be nice and still, have my cup of coffee, and have a talk with you guys. Yeah, well, I have hurt my back, yes, and I will explain what I've done in a moment. Nothing too serious, but today it jolly hurts. So the kids are at school, again, one of those rare days where I'm actually by myself, so I'm just taking a really quiet, easy day and trying to look after my back so I don't do any more damage to it. But as a mum, and you know, it doesn't matter how many kids you've got, whether you, oh, there goes my phone, of course. As a mum, we are all busy and we have lots to do. And I got to tell you, with being a mum of 16 kids and having still quite a few of them living at home here, there is so much to do. And I keep looking around today thinking, oh, I must go and do that, and I've got this over here that needs attending to, and I keep looking around seeing jobs for me to do, but I'm not going to do them. I'm going to look after my back and just take an easy day, and hopefully by tomorrow or the next day it will be much better and I can get on with life as it is, and catch up on all the things I didn't do today. But I'm trying to pick jobs today to do that I don't need to move around, so I'm, you know, doing paperwork and looking at my budget and, you know, things that I can just sort of sit and take care of. So it's not good. That hurts. But see, I've just made myself a cup of coffee, decaf, as I do. Let's have a little bit of a chat. Now, if you have been watching the videos, you know that a while back we had a car stolen from out the front of our house. It was parked out the front, and in the middle of the afternoon they turned up, took the car. I didn't hold out much hope about getting that car back. So the update on that is, nope, we didn't get the car back. But you have to wait a certain amount of time so that the police have an opportunity to search for the vehicle. But that time has now passed, and a little bit beyond that time frame. So at the moment we are putting in the insurance papers. We're waiting on the insurance company to assess the value of what the car would have been, and then hopefully they can pay that out and it'll be taken care of. Still sad that the car went missing. We didn't hold out much hope that it would get returned. All I can say, I guess, is I do spare a prayer or two for the folks who took it, and hope that one day they realise that what they're doing is really wrong and perhaps change their ways. Other than that, bye-bye car, that's the end of that. So yep, car's gone, so we just say goodbye to the car. That's it. That's the update. Nothing exciting. We didn't get it back. There was no dramas with it. It's gone. It's just gone. So that's all about the car. Now, what did I do to my back? I washed the bus. That's it. I washed the bus. And I didn't get the ladder out to do the high sections, so I was reaching up and bending down and reaching up and bending down, and I may have done it a little too vigorously, I think, and I've obviously pulled the muscles in my lower back. So I am prone to doing that, and I probably should have known better, but I didn't do that, and I didn't think about it. And yes, over the last 24 hours it has gotten pretty bad. So lots of heat packs, lots of cream. I like comfrey cream. It's a natural product that is great for muscle problems like that. And I've had to take some pain relief. Lying down flat seems to help it and take the pressure off it, or if I sit up fairly straight, if I slouch at all, it really hurts. Driving the bus is painful. You know, the bumps and the twists that you do when you're driving, that actually hurts quite a lot. So I'm really hopeful that, you know, by tomorrow or the next day it has... That's my phone again. Seriously? Hang on. I'm just going to turn my phone onto silent for a second. There. And yeah, so I'm just going to have to be more careful next time. I'll get somebody else to wash the bus for me. It's a big vehicle, so it takes a lot of stretching and bending to get around it all and do a good job on it. So at least the bus is clean. I will convalesce for a day or two. I guess it stops me from pushing myself quite so hard over the next couple of days. But as I said, I will take the opportunity to do the jobs around the house that, you know, I can just sit and do. So lots of paperwork, and then I have been looking through some old photos as well. Over the weekend, we were heading up to the local park, and I had 2 of the grandbabies here, and I didn't want my daughter to have to get her double pram out of her car. So I said, no, we've got our big pram. I'll get that one out, clean it up, and we'll use it, because it's a fantastic pram and it's awesome to push around. But it's been quite a while since I've had to use it, because we had it, I was still using it when we had baby number 16, but there was a bigger gap between number 15 and number 16 because we lost several babies between having number 15 and number 16. But back a little bit before that, when we had, you know, 13, 14, 15 children, I used the pram a lot. And it was great to pull it back out, but oh, it made me so melancholy again. I love looking back, and it's such a great pram, and it brought back so many great memories. It was a little bit hard too. It makes me sad that I don't have my own babies to put in that pram anymore. So there was a moment or two maybe where I felt a bit sad about it all. But yeah, hubby pulled it out of the shed for me, and because I haven't used it for so long, I really honestly couldn't remember how all the bits fit together. So, you know, Ray was great. He pulled it all apart for me and helped me wash it and hang it out on the line. And yeah, it was as good as new then, and we could put the 2 grandbabies in it and walk them up to the park, which was fantastic. I was searching through some old photos because I know we took this photo. I have this photo of our pram, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So this here is our pram. It's big. Prams, you know, we surprisingly, with having 16 children, we haven't owned a lot of prams over the time. When we had our first baby, we just had a single pram. When we had the first 2 kids were quite close in age, so we had a double pram, one of those ones, front and back ones, so like a tandem pram. And then after that, we bought a side-by-side double pram, which was fantastic. I can remember, I think we had 7 children when we bought that one. And then, you know, we used that for many, many years, and many children went into that pram. And then it got to the stage where we had a few really super close together, and there was an occasion where I went up to the school and I was like, oh my, I've got a newborn baby, and the next 2 up in age were asleep. And I was like, where am I going to put all these kids? How am I going to carry the baby? So how was I going to fit all these kids into the pram? So hubby and I had this discussion about getting something bigger, but you know, you have to look at price and, you know, the size of it and all of that, and would we use it for very long. But I am so glad at the time that we made the decision to get one of these big prams, because we bought the extra attachments. So I used it mainly as a triple pram, but I did have the attachment to make it into a quad pram, which was fantastic when we went away, because you could put 3 kids in it and then you still had space for all your other stuff and your nappy bag and that to put in there as well. And sometimes, you know, if that 4th child got really tired, you could actually put that child in there as well. So it was really great. You know, pushing a triple pram around, got a lot of looks, got a lot of stares from people. Didn't worry me at all. It was just great. It was a really strong, sturdy pram. It was an adventure buggy, I think it is. Yes, it was great. And it was really nice to pull it back out again, clean it up, and I can use it for the grandbabies. And you know, whenever they're being a bit fussy and that, I'll be able to put them in and go for a walk with them in the pram. And yeah, who knows, I can get all the grandbabies together and maybe I can put the attachment back on top even one day and push them all around. So that was great. It was really fun. Where all the bits go? Not really.
Probably not at the end.
It's been a while since we've had to use this.
Just a few clips down its side. That should come out now. Just lift that all out. There we go. That's a solid old buggy.
It is. I loved this pram. And I have missed using it, but I haven't used it for so long. I don't know how to use it anymore. Okay. Well, that's the beauty. You can use it now for grandbabies, which will be fun. Oh, heavens. Very uncomfortable, folks. Very uncomfortable. Anyway, we went up to the park on the weekend for Relay for Life. Now, Relay for Life is a fundraising event run by the Cancer Council. Now, those who know, I have had my own journey with cancer, and I am 3.5 years, fingers crossed, so far, cancer-free, and which is great. I'm still very nervous about it. The type of cancer that I had, which was a thyroid cancer, can come back anytime, any place. So kind of sitting and watching that. So I do testing for a really long time. It's 15 years after that they still test you. So we're still in the beginning years of that time. And most days I'm really super good with it, and you just get on with life. And then when the testing time comes around, of course you get worried, and it is confronting, and you have to face your fears and go and get that testing done, which some of my testing is coming up again. So yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about it. I'm very hopeful that all is going to be well. But yeah, it does play with your emotions a little bit, so it's hard. But so Relay for Life for me is an amazing cause. The people that work for the Cancer Council are just phenomenal people. They They go above and beyond to help anyone who is fighting, has fought. Even if they have lost the battle, they support the families. So anything whatsoever to do with cancer, they're there. They have the support. They're doing the research. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing job that they're doing. So I was very honoured for last year, for 2019. I was the face of Relay for Life. And which meant I got to attend the event and stand up in front of a crowd of over 1,500 people and share my journey with them, how it affected me and my family, and where we go to from here. So that was a real privilege to be able to do that. And so we were really looking forward to attending Relay for Life again this year. And then along came the pandemic and put a stop to all of that. So it's normally run in May. Just had lockdown, homeschooling, all those sorts of things were going on, all the restrictions. So they couldn't run it. So they bumped it along. We thought they were just going to postpone it. But clearly with, continuing restrictions and social distancing and all of those sorts of problems that we're all facing this year, they decided that they would do Relay for Life as a virtual event this year. So that was a little bit different, maybe not quite the same atmosphere as what it was last year, and I will put all the links to the videos from last year in the description box, so go and check them out and see how much fun we had. It was a Disney dress-up event, which we love, so we had just the best time ever. So you can go, you can hear my cancer story, you can see our lovely costumes, and you can just see how much fun we had. So we were really looking forward to it this year, but since it was just the virtual event, we decided, well, we might gather our family together, we might walk up to the park, we might walk around the park and around the oval a few times and, still do the event as such. We can watch the live stream. And then we can just share afternoon tea together as a family and then come home again. They still did their fight back ceremonies and the candlelight ceremony, which is a beautiful, moving part of the whole fundraising event. So we still had a lot of fun. So I've got a little bit of footage. I didn't take too much footage while I was up in the park. I was just sort of enjoying the moment. So here's that footage here. You can enjoy that.
The goal of a cancer-free world for future generations.
So it's very important to fundraise, so I hope everyone gets into it. Thank you. And have you enjoyed your role as patron? Very short term, but yes, I have. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much, Claire, for joining us.
Howdy.
Oh yeah, just second chocolate.
I've done it I think 4 years. I think it's a great community event.
Oh, look. Found the mummy.
Brennan, play handball.
Hey! Yes, Bubby.
Mummy. She can't see where she's going.
Yay! Funded Mama.
What about Remy?
Put it on the baby boy.
What about Remy? Huggy.
So Relay is a fundraising event, so I would just encourage you that, I think cancer touches just about all of us. I mean, if you don't have it and you haven't fought it yourself, there'll be somebody in your family or a close friend or a work colleague, somebody. We all know somebody who's had to face cancer in some form. So we really want to get the research done so that we can have that cancer-free world eventually. That's the goal here. So, you know, if you can give anything at all to research, do so. I would just encourage you to do that. And if you can't, if it's been such a hard year for you, and I know so many people are struggling this year, but if it's been such a hard year that you can't spare anything this year, keep it in mind for next year. And for right now, just pray. Pray for people. Pray for those fighting cancer. Pray for those who are really struggling. Pray for those that have lost somebody from this terrible, terrible disease. And pray that we find a way through this so that our world doesn't have to deal with this any longer. If we can just get rid of it or find better treatments, treatments that are easier on people, you know, going through operations, people going through radiation, people going through chemo. It is hard. It is really difficult. The physical aspect of it is difficult on that person, but the emotional side effects of that as well, and on your family and friends, those around you, it is very traumatic. So if we can all just come together, if you can't give financially, then pray. Just pray for all of those folks out there. And I'm pretty sure that in time, we will make these changes. Things will happen. This world is filled with incredibly smart people that will find a way to defeat cancer. So stay with me on this, okay? I mean, I have my own journey, as I said. I have friends who have had cancer, who are fighting cancer at the moment. I've lost friends to cancer. And it's important that we fight this disease. Fight it, donate, pray, and let's just keep walking towards a cure. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to try and get out of this lounge chair. It'll be a bit slow going, but we'll get there. I'll try and get a little bit more work done. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe so you can stay here with our family. And thank you. Thank you for sitting here and keeping me company while I convalesce. And hopefully in a day or two I will feel much, much better and I'll be back to 100% and getting everything done again. So I'll catch you next time. God bless.